God damn it! Fucking DPS! Get a hold of the aggro!
What up, dog?
Man, don't just stand there, fool! Help us with this big ass pack! No. It's not enough! We need more! Good job, man! Now give me some of that good...
I ain't checking on, man. We need talent, rotation, covenants, and more legendaries, you know more!
And speaking of seeds, let's plant the seeds of a better future. Wow, I can't believe I actually said that. Listen, it's just about the like and the subscribe. It's just, you know, it's you press those 3 buttons, you enable the notifications, it's done. It's done. We're happy, you're happy, everybody's happy. Let's just go to the talent. On the first row, we will start with Drain Soul. This will be the best talent in all situations. Why? Because you drain the living shit out of all of your enemies while they die in agony. I'm seeing a therapist. It's going to be fine. It will replace your Shadow Bolt with Drain Soul, dealing shadow damage over 5 seconds, increasing its damage by 100% when the target is under 20% HP. This makes the ability good for execute windows and efficient in shard generation if you kill your target while draining, aka sniping low HP targets. What more can you wish for? What more, you ask? Well, since Drain Soul is a channel spell, the damage it deals is in its ticks, and if you have to interrupt it, instead of losing the whole value of the cast, you lose whatever ticks you had left from its channel. Inevitable Demise can be an alternative for AoE burst situations when combined with the Night Fae ability Soul Rot. Your Agony will increase the damage of your Drain Life by 15% when it deals damage, still 50 stacks. There are fights in the raid where you can use it similarly to a Frost Decay's Cold Heart ability to burst down a target, but it's likely it is used for padding as well. Next up, we will have 2 choices. Siphon Life will be the go-to for single target. Just another dot added to your toolkit of dots to track. It will heal you a little, yeah, but the main reason we take this is for the synergy it has with Malefic Rapture and the Withering Bolt Conduit, making them a bit harder and stronger and faster, you get it. In AoE situations, Writhe in Agony will take the cake, making your Agony damage start at 4 stacks and may ramp up to 18 stacks. Pretty strong, yes? Together with the extra seconds from the rolling Agony Conduit, it will make Agony a press and forget about it dot, because mobs will surely be dead by the time Agony will be needed to be refreshed. Most of the time. On the Batman utility belt row, you can take any of the options depending on what suits you better. Since it got buffed up, we will recommend Dark Pact for every situation. It will sacrifice 20% of your HP to give you a fat shield bigger than your entire HP pool on a 1-minute cooldown and usable while in crowd control. So we can say 2 lives are better than 1 in almost all situations, am I right? Worked for my dad. You need movement to get faster to that soaking mechanic, and you're out of portals and teleports. What do? Call the number on the screen for a quick order of Burning Rush, and you too will be the Speedy Gonzalez of all the Warlocks when you need to get from point A to point B as fast as possible. But because you are a Warlock and all spells come with a cost, this will drain your HP every second, and it will stop when you don't have any more HP to give. So kind of like my girlfriend when she is shopping. And for all the passive lovers, Demon Skin will be the go-to. This will make you start the fight with a shield almost every time because of the 0.5 HP per second shield it will generate for you and your pet, and will grow up to a maximum 15% of your max HP from the 10% which is the normal soul leech. Demon Skin will usually be better when you don't need extra mobility or don't have to soak big mechanics. On the level 35 row, we have Phantom Singularity for single target situations. Like Siphon Life, extra dots mean extra giga damage. On a 45-second cooldown, instant cast spell hits enemies on a 15 yards radius around your target for the same amount of damage, and it will heal you for 25% of the damage it dealt. This spell will solve all of your problems. All your Warlock sweet dreams are made of this, so long as they are single target dreams. In AoE situations, you will want basically what Genghis Khan used during his lifetime to spread the seeds with soda seeds. Ha 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 ha! Your seed of corruption now sticks to 2 extra nearby targets, making you forget all about that malefic rapture in AoE. This essentially brought Affliction to a whole new level when it comes to Mythic Plus, where it's now way easier to DPS without the need to ramp anymore. Also, the seed explosion is not target capped, so yay! The next row is again a sort of utility row, in that it has its uses most of the time. Mortal Coil will be your best friend in almost all situations for the 3-second fear on a mob and the 20% of your maximum health heal on you on a 45-second cooldown. Howl of Terror can be used in dungeons, especially to help your tanks drop some pesky stacks or save him from dying, or if you just want to interrupt 5 mobs at the same time and your Shadow Fury is on cooldown. Best is to coordinate with your group to know if you will have any use of this talent. If you remember those horror movies that haunted your dreams after you saw them, then you know Haunt will be the go-to on this row every encounter. It is an extra dot on a 15-second cooldown that increases your shadow damage to your target by 10% for 18 seconds, plus resetting its cooldown if the target affected by it dies. Why is it good in AoE? If it's a single target spell, you might ask? Well, it has the power to pop Seeds of Corruption, so it will synergize very well with the Sow the Seeds talent from the former row. The other options are close by in specific situations, but will not overtake Haunt for them to be needed to be mentioned. And at last, Dark Soul Misery, get it in all situations. 20% extra haste on a 2-minute cooldown is sexy because you can time it with your Dark Glare every time. It's the best of the best talent on this row. No need for more, let's just move on. Sim, and your damage will be the best. And have you heard about our simming guide? It will help you get your degree in simulations and have better damage than you have ever dreamed of in the past. But if you have too much gear and have to choose from it and you don't like to waste time simming, then intellect will be the first deciding factor, so eye level followed by mastery, then haste, and then crit with verse at the bottom, very bottom of the desired list. This priority is good to get you started and you will be okay if you follow it as you get more gear, but for the best options always sim your gear. For enchants on your weapon, you will have Sinful Revelation for single target situations, making you hit 5% harder when it procs, and Celestial Guidance if you don't want to be bothered swapping it around from AoE to single target. 6% more intellect is all you need. All you need is int.
Bam, bam, ba bam. The damn musical. What do you want? Just watch the rest of the video.
Eternal stats on your chest will be the choice here, and the heavy Desolate Armor kit will work even better for you because the extra HP makes it synergize with almost all of your defensive spells and talents. And get that Fortified Avoidance on that cloak. Less damage from AoE spells means that healers will be a little happier if you stood a little longer in the fire. Don't stay in the fire. For rings, get the Tenet of Mastery enchant and the Masterful Jewel cluster in all those sockets for the extra mastery, or their haste counterparts if haste is what you sim more. Arm yourself with enough spectral flasks of power, as this will be the default flask in any situation. As for the DPS potions, Potion of Spectral Intellect gives you the burst you need all around. If you want to be more specific, then go with Potion of Phantom Fire for the best single target performance, while for AoE encounters, Potion of Empowered Exorcisms will be the optimal choice. And finish it up with the Shadow Core Oil, a weapon imbue that buffs the last 2 DPS potions we mentioned on top of its weapon proc. To satisfy your hunger, use the Feast of Gluttonous Hedonism for the main stat it provides, but if you don't have the gold for it or don't want to waste it being killed by a random mob in M+, especially then, Iridescent Ravioli with applesauce will provide you the mastery you need, or pick up the haste counterpart if it suits you better. We know you are the bringer of suffering and agony to your enemies, leaving doom and chaos in your wake. And we also know that deep down inside you are a cute fairy killing machine, ready for mayhem and eating the guts of your opponents.
Snack time.
So yeah, join the night phase. They will know what is best for you. And speaking of the best, Dreamweaver with a 3 potency path will be the best all-around Soulbind. The haste it provides from the Field of Blossom trait will make your dot stick like crazy as long as you stay in it. Add to that the 3% extra damage from Dream Delver and here you have it. But wait, there's more. Remember the Dark Pact talent which gives you the 2 lives? Well, if 2 lives aren't enough for you, don't worry. With Dreamweaver you will have 3 lives thanks to the Pod Tender trait. As an alternative, honorable mentions for Nia, for the mastery it provides and tankiness from her abilities, while not forcing you to stay in one spot for 12 seconds. But Dreamweaver is just better in almost all situations, so just stay put for 12 seconds every minute, okay? If you follow up the 3 potency slots as suggested before, then you should know you will have to use Soul Eater in almost all situations, buffing your Covenant ability. Follow it by using Withering Bolts. With this conduit, you will make your Soul Drain deal more damage for every dot you have on the target. And lastly, a choice between Focus Malignancy when facing up to 3 targets, giving you that extra damage on Malefic Rapture, or Rolling Agony on more than 3 targets for that sweet agony duration it provides, thus allowing you to squeeze a few more seeds before refreshing agony. Kinda sounds like last night after that Mexican food, whatever. Choose Condemned Anima, Sphere and or Diabolic Bloodstone as your endurance conduits depending on how many you have on your path. If you can use one or both, clearly. Anima Sphere is good for that passive healing when you take damage, while the Bloodstone is taken for more controlled healing because of the leech it provides for 20 seconds. But wait, there's more! It can also proc from a raid member if they use your Healthstone, making it better than the other option in places like dungeons or raids group, especially if you are the only Warlock in it, or if you can sell your cookies better than the other Warlock. In the finesse department, we have, again, depending on your path of choice, 1 or 2 options. Demonic Momentum is more useful if movement speed is what you need. You will get a 30% boost for 5 seconds after you use Demonic Circle Teleport. And the second one is Fell Celerity, which reduces the cooldown of your Fell Domination, useful when you find yourself with your demon being killed a lot. For trinkets, we will recommend to sim yourself as they don't usually follow the eye level is king path. Sites like bloodmelon.com or herodamage.com or even biz lists from Wowhead and Ice Events can help you a lot. As a recommendation from us, we hope you like Pain, because Theater of Pain provides you with Soul Letting Ruby, one of the best trinkets in the game for Affliction. It will provide a fat load of crit, making you forget that Sims ever thought you didn't have enough crit on your gear. The Unbound Changeling dropping from Mist is a very good trinket for the stats it provides depending on what you eat, and especially if you are lucky to proc all 3 stats in one day. From the raiding scene, you will get Titanic Ocular Gland because of the tons of mastery, as long as you are above 50% HP and have your mastery rating the highest out of all your secondary stats. And for the last trinket, we have Shadowed Orb of Torment, a 40-second mastery buff, nothing to be sneezed at, especially if that pesky set of ads is surviving long enough. Keep in mind that you probably don't want to use 2 trinkets that have an unused proc. Next up, tier sets. Oh, sorry, no, domination sockets. I missed it again, man, all the time. This will never get old. Like me, waiting to get that final shot to make that fucking combination work.
Thanks, Ian.
In other words, the Chaos Bane Unholy set is the best for every situation. Pair them with core and back shards and the 5 slots will be filled for your raid needs, prioritizing the set first. If M+ is your jam, then we just suggest you have all the 3 damage shards slotted and upgraded to max first, those being core, back and Diz. For the last 2, you can use Z for a little extra damage, and the 5th one, you have a choice between either using the highest level piece of gear from dungeons, with the best stat if you prefer, or the Jaws rune on the 5th domination armor piece, for the very good synergy with your defensives. Man, these sockets names remind me of Diablo runes, the flavor of the month game, as it had a remaster just recently. Wish they wouldn't have also copied the drop chance. Give me my goddamn shots domination! For legendaries, we have 3 choices that take the cake this patch, being a fairy killing machine, Decaying Soul Satchel crafted on your hands or boot slot is usually your all-around best legendary. The percent haste and crit it provides you with when you use Soul Rot will make you hit that boss or adds like a motherfucking lightning, fast and hard. Just like my dad. For single target encounters, Malefic Wrath on your hands has seen some play, especially on bosses like the Taragru and Guardian of the Ancient Ones. First ones, it's fine, it's the same thing. It will make your Malefic Rapture increase the damage of your Soul Drain / Shadow Bolt by 35% for 10 seconds, stacking up to 3 times. It can alter the rotation a little, but if this is not what you prefer, then go with Relic of Demonic Synergy. It's another all-around good legendary, but with a little RNG baked into it, crafted on your cloak slot. It will make your main demon's damage have a chance to increase your damage by 10% for 15 seconds and also the other way around. And for all you fairy haters, you know who you are, you can get Perpetual Agony of Azure Kier. This legendary will make your agony have a 20% increased chance to generate shards, making you pump more seeds like you are at the gym. And finally, Wrath of Consumption, after its changes with the extra damage it provides to dots for 30 seconds, stacking up to 5 times, has seen some play in AoE situations. Man, that's a lot of choices. For casters, there isn't a very good special effect weapon in the raid. We can recommend the Maledict Opus weapon from KT as it has the highest eye level, meaning more intellect and mastery as secondary stats. If you can't get this one on the mythic difficulty from the raid, then any weapon with at least mastery on it from M+ on up to 52 eye level will do. For the opener, you will start with the pre-pot at 1.5 seconds and pre-cast Haunt, followed by also a pre-casting Unstable Affliction. Apply Agony, apply Siphon Life if talented, then use Corruption, Phantom Singularity after, cast your Dark Soul Misery, this is off the GCD by the way, cast Soul Rot, summon Dark Glare, and then dump all of your available shards on Malefic Rapture casts. Drain Soul as filler. If you are at 4 shards or about to cap on shards, we suggest using Malefic Rapture to not waste them while reapplying dots. Optimize Drain Soul with Withering Bolt, having as many dots on the target as possible when you start draining, and move on to the priority list. For the single target priority, the most important from the least important ability to cast is, first of all, maintaining Agony, Unstable Affliction, Siphon Life, and Corruption. Press Haunt on cooldown, use Malefic Rapture to prevent capping on shards, Phantom Singularity, hold it to cast it with Soul Rot ideally, Soul Rot next, pop Dark Soul Misery with Dark Glare, and then save shards for your Phantom Singularity and or the Soul Rot window. Drain Soul as a filler, and that's pretty much it. When opening in AoE, cast Agony on 4 to 6 targets. On your main target, use Haunt, then Unstable Affliction, then Soul Rot, use Dark Glare, spam Seeds on your main target, and Drain Soul as filler if you're out of shards. For multi-target priority, we will have on top Dark Soul followed by Seed. Agony up to 5 targets, Unstable Affliction, follow that up with Soul Rot, use Dark Glare, use Seed as filler, Drain Soul Snipe, and that's about it. And we talked about earlier, Drain Soul Sniping is referring to hitting Drain Soul on a target that's about to die, so that if it dies during your channel, you'll get a Soul Shard, and if it has an Unstable Affliction on it, you'll get another Soul Shard. And that was pretty much it for the Affliction guide for 9.1. It's a little bit more on the basic side, but it should be enough to get you started with dungeons and raids and smash them really quick. But hey, if you want to experience more of what Affliction has to offer and, you know, go into the advanced bits of the spec, check the Council of the Black Harvest Discord community. The link will be down below, and you'll find a lot more cool and awesome information there. And speaking of, thank you very much to Motoko and Sumer for providing us feedback and correcting some of the things that we had in our guide to make sure that you are not misinformed. Thank you, Motoko and Sumer. Both of these wonderful, wonderful warlocks are admins and moderators in the Discord channel, and you can definitely find them there. Thank you to the patrons as well for supporting our content and every change that we do now on the office, on the channel, and all the other channels. Thank you very much. We really appreciate it. We couldn't have done it without you guys. You are fucking awesome. It's very humbling. Appreciate it. And dear viewer, if you want to support us a little bit more and see exactly what this is all about, maybe you like our content, maybe you want to see more of this and maybe even cooler videos in the future, the link to our Patreon page is down below. Go check it out, and well, I guess we'll see you in the next one.
I've been loving it then, I still love it now. Still, I play WoW. Still, I play WoW. Getting better every day, let me show you how. Cause still, I play WoW. Still, I play WoW. It's getting harder to stay, but at the end of the day, it's a guilty pleasure, so just log in and play. Whether it's classic or retail, I'ma do a /bow. Still, I play WoW.